What? Let the music take you. What? It's a secret. It's a secret. What? Let the music take you. Identification.
Hello, we are here about to show about and with the Media Fellow project. It's a project made by the National Federation of Participatory Audiovisual in partnership with the University of Santiago de Compostela and with Offenen Kanal of Magdeburg and Teleduca in Barcelona, Spain. So I'm Thomas. I made an Erasmus in Turkey. I'm working in Fly TV in Marseille, and I'm part of this federation and also another federation of alternative media. We are here with David Vázquez de la Universidad de Santiago de Compostela, with Zaida Abela
Hello.
de Teleduca, and with Emilian Kurz de Spread Media.
Hello.
Hi. Guys, there is an important question. How would you define participatory media? Zaida, can you answer that?
For me, participatory media, it's a way to create any kind of media content in a collective way, where everybody has a role inside the project. So everybody has his space, the time, and his voice to share with the others, to learn with the others, and the important, it's not the result rather than the process. Also the result, but the process is like learning together.
Thank you. David, what's your definition in the University of Participatory Media?
Well, I don't have only one definition. I think that the key is to involve people in what we do, so they can, as the name says, take part and participate and find the opinions of others, the debate, and maybe reach some conclusions. That's also a good thing, I mean. But the key, as I said, is to get people involved in a learning process as well.
Thank you. Emilian, in Spread Media, what's your definition of participatory media?
Okay, to me and to the others people which are working in Spread Media, participatory media is more about support to do something bigger, that is empowering people and giving them back the power of producing and diffusing contents and opinions.
So now can you explain more, each of you, the specific way your media is working, your association is working in the participatory media fields, with education maybe? Zaida, Teleduca is involved in edu communication. Maybe you can explain us what it is?
Yeah, we work with yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Teleduca, we work with different kind of social context. We work with kids and young people, and we try to teach media and communication, supporting them with we give them some tools to produce and create storytelling, short films, short documentary films, and always trying to catch their voice, to give them the space to tell their own stories, to be self-represented, to be involved with their communities, and yeah, a big opportunity to learning by doing, and I think it's all
pretty good.
Thank you. I guess in University of Santiago de Compostela, it's not the same way to practice, to produce audiovisual, so how are you doing?
Well, I do that also in other ways, but if we talk about participative media, the point is that, well, we have as well a faculty of communication where people study journalism or audiovisual communication, And there we have some projects. One of those, for instance, consists of people of the town of Santiago de Compostela, or St. James, St. James Way, the way I think is very well known, that path that leads to Santiago. Which I meant is that they do routes with people of the town, and they visit places where films were shooted, for instance. They also did studies about participative media in the city of A Coruña, which is the capital of the province where we are, to widen the angle about this kind of organization. So they did a work of research and to see which are these organizations down there and what they do.
And what's your conclusion of the study now?
Well, I think that that could be better, because there are not so many organizations that do participative media. So we have a way to improve that, I hope.
That's true.
And get people involved, I hope, in the future.
And here we get Emilien from Bordeaux, and he's creating a new participative media, so there is hope. Can you explain us what you want to do?
Okay, at the moment it's more about agency production of contents and multimedia contents, but if in fact here we want to create participative media in a near future, let's say. But at the moment we welcome people from all regions who wants to create some contents, or maybe they don't know what they want to say, but we are helping them to find what's important for them, either to critique or either to say, oh, okay, look at that, it's pretty cool, we have to speak about that. We are creating at the moment press content, but also audiovisual content. We give them support to make them emerge some intentions, some angles, point of view on subjects. Most of the time it's about actual fact, like we are helping them to produce the content, and after that we are broadcasting it with traditional medias, which are our partners. And we got them both in the press, both in TV also. So we are most of the time looking for a good broadcasting canal, let's say.
Yes, and here we are broadcast on Offenen Kanal, on the classic channel, but in France there is quite a few channels which are broadcast, like Canal Today, for example, but I think not so much. We try to spread around. And with this week in the Media Fellow program, we made some portraits about people working in these medias to understand the professional way and who we are and what we do. So we will see soon a portrait of Thomas, who is working in spread media with you, actually making some camera things around. And so let's see that.
I'm journalist. So I remember when I became a journalist, it was in West Africa. It was so nice. It was adventure. I met a lot of stories, people, landscape. It's so nice. I remember one time I just crossed the border with a a robber, you know, and I meet a wild chimpanzee. It's so nice. And after all that, after 1 year, I'm back in France. So I'm back in Paris. I become a journalist freelance, and I'm very quickly depressing by the distance between journalists and people. One time I covered a demonstration in the Champs-Élysées for French TV, and suddenly I just decided to put the camera in my bag and go with people. It was just the official end of my traditional journalist career. So now I just want to be different. I just want to work differently. I want to be kind and nice. It's for that I think a participant media is very good solution to create link between journalists and people. I think it's a good mix between activism and journalism.
So I didn't explain well the concept. We are like 12 people coming here in Magdeburg for 1 week. We made another session in Lille and first another session in Barcelona. So this is the last session of this long media fellow project since 3 years. And here during this week we made four groups of 3 people from different medias, from different French medias or with Teleduca and Offenen Kanal, and also David de Santiago. And in this team, we are talking about Thomas in Emilian media, spread media. So, Emilia, can you tell us what's your opinion on the connection of journalism and even activism on participatory media?
Okay, well, first of all, I have to say that it's really funny because I see my colleague in this movie and it's really nice. Yeah, he's speaking inside of it about the relationship between journalism and citizen, let's say, and the people who look at the medias. And it's true that in France there is kind of problème de confiance.
Truth, confidence.
Problem of confidence, of trusting between the journalism field and the citizens. And yes, it comes because of many things. I think it's because in France, like our media group are held by big companies, but also because we've got social movement actually, and it has been badly treated in the information traditional information canal. So it's nice to have this video because it gave me an opportunity to speak about it, and it's one of the things we are doing with Spread Media is trying to reconnect people with the journalism field by the pratique, like they come into the office or we go outside with them and we are working with the journalism methods, and so they can see that okay there are I don't want to say there is 2 kinds of journalists, but yes, we can say that there is method in journalism, and we can all learn it and to make kind of media.
Would you say what you do is kind of activism or not?
It can see it can be seen.
Media activism, as we can say.
I'm not sure with the term, but let's say we do a kind of activism because we try to connect people with social subjects and try to make them understand, and not truly understand, but just see what's going on in the country. So try to link them with the society and try to make them be more committed into our country, into our society. So this is kind of activism, but we are not speaking flags of any activism NGO or something. Yeah.
Okay, so you think now there is a big movement, people are starting to take back the power into medias and doing their own media, like young people on YouTube, like more and more web radio and web medias?
Yeah, it's true that there is like more people who take the tools of internet to express themselves. There is more groups who did the same thing. We can see it on social media, but also yeah, on YouTube channels and everything. I think it's a good thing because it's like more and more canals to speak and to share opinions. But we have also the other side, let's say, of how can I say it in English? No, the fact that you can find also fake news and everything on the internet. So I don't want to be alarmist about fake news because I'm not like our president, which is speaking of new islands with Facebook to make an algorithm that can erase all fake news and everything, which is really dangerous, I think. But we can be a little bit vigilant. And share our methods, journalism methods, so they can like produce and broadcast good news, let's say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We hope like all together we can make better contents and being trust for what we do and more spread, as we saw in like social networks. Some information made by little groups were took by classic medias, and so it's going further. It's cool. Now it will be the turn of David, right here,
Okay.
to show you your portraits you made with your group. So let's see that.
Okay, let's see it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mia Omak-Fowler. Why are you here today?
I think I'm here because I have some kind of need of tell somebody who I am. Well, my name is David Vázquez. I'm from a region in the northwest of Spain that's called Galicia.
I will show you some picture or word and you tell me what brings you in your mind.
Okay. That reminds me maybe how competitive my colleagues were when I studied at the faculty, and I didn't like that very much. I liked what I studied, so my goal is to make all tasks as well as I could. Didn't feel the need of be competitive with or against anyone. Yeah, Bordeaux is the town where I did my Erasmus. It was so nice. I think when you travel and you live abroad, that widens and opens your mind. Oh, I think he was a genius, definitely. Also, films with such an important political meaning like the Great Dictatorship. Oh, participative media. Can't recall. I already finished my degree in audiovisual communication, and I went to the town of Limoges, and I was working there in Foyer de Jeunes Travailleurs. So it was to young people who started to work. They had a branch of a culture branch where we did some neighborhood filming, and it was great. What it means to me, well, I think it's a good way to express yourself, to find who you are, to interact with other people, and also transmit your feelings to everyone who can access what you did, documentaries or television, as they did here, to get people connected as well. If we talk about my own future, I think I'm going to spend some years at university, I hope. Maybe I can make more videos as well, in this kind of participative media.
And how do you feel now?
I think I feel more relaxed than when we started this some minutes ago.
Thank you, David, and your team for this beautiful video. Can you explain us why did you choose this setting, like if you were in therapy?
Well, I think that's a classical approach. So we thought that would do the work, that would work, yeah. So I talked to my team, we all together decide some keywords, which I explained them, they were important in my life. So we work around these keywords as they are shown in the video. And my colleague Paul made the role of the therapist, and she asks me about those questions. So it was a task of inner research, of telling that to my colleagues and then explaining it in front of the camera, which I'm not used to that because normally I work behind the camera. Yeah. So it's kind of puzzling to me to watch me on the video. If even for Emilian it's bizarre to watch in the video his colleague. For me it's even I won't say worse, but puzzling at least. Not worse, but puzzling.
So what did you learn by making this video?
I learned to express the way I feel to my colleagues, and also we managed to get to this way to get that explained. I mean, it's more or less understandable, yeah. I hope. So, yeah, with as I said, this classic approach, but well, I think it's effective too.
Do you make a link between your way of making media, videos, or like being part of participatory media and therapy in general?
A link?
Yeah, a link.
Between my way of making videos?
Yes.
Well, it's true that I make videos not usually with this kind of participative characteristic, but yeah, I think that, for instance, when you do an interview to anybody, there is also a background word to find out about who are you talking to, his or her background. So in such a way, I think it's slightly related, at least.
Yes. And can you explain us in university and in your way of making video, more globally, with your way you think it's a kind of empowerment for people, for making them more able to do things or able to speak to other people, as you say, like being able to introduce yourself, to be more confident, for example?
Yeah, that would be interesting. The thing is that our approach right now is more an academic approach to study what we can find, not as much as training people in that, but I think that would be an interesting approach as well.
Don't you think it's a side effect of your approach and your practice?
A side effect? Yeah.
I mean, like people are producing media's content or audiovisual content, I don't know, and they are trying to express themselves on the subject and everything. Okay, it's not a training, but by practicing this approach of producing content, don't you think it's a side effect?
Yeah, the way you express it, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it would be interesting to work with cognitive scientists working on brain and sociology to see what's the effect. Yeah,
that would be nice, but sometimes interdisciplinary work is not that easy, but you have to have the time to have the people that feels like working in that, but well, let's see in the future if we can reach and explore that way.
Yeah. You said you are working with the Colonia University about this topic?
No, I said this was a research that took place one of these academic approaches took place in the city of A Coruña. It's in the same province. It's our capital.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And do you think this topic is also a subject of research in other countries? I think in Europa we are quite a lot of, they call it communitary medias, so it's an important topic, but in other parts of the world, like America or like Asia, do you think they are also using this kind of media?
I'm not sure of that. I can answer that. I didn't hear much about America or other continents.
We could say it's a European thing. Maybe.
I don't know, but the point is that if we talk about commercial television, things in Europe are different because normally in every European country there is a public station owned by the country. And sometimes that gets maybe the first or second place in audience measurement. And for instance, in the USA, that is not that way. So these are the private networks that get the most of the audience. It's the PBS, but.
So people don't get place to express themselves, and that's why we are.
I wouldn't say that neither, because there are so many ways to express yourself in video. Since now we have lots of platforms like I don't know, from YouTube,
Vimeo,
Vimeo, or even game streaming.
Yeah. So to conclude, can you explain us the way you make between creating your own media or your own video if you are alone or working in a team, and the way to empower yourself and to more express your feeling, to be a citizen, proud and...
You mean to empower yourself by making video?
Yes.
I think that can be a way. Nowadays all you need is a computer, a camera, and if you feel like telling something, there you go. Of course, you can take in some time in planification, talk to a friend who has a light, or look for the right angle to put your camera, but it will work if you feel really like it, I think.
That's good news. Thank you, David. Now we will see the last, not last, next portrait, the portrait of Zaida right here. Let's see that.
Mon nom est Zaida, je suis née à Nou Barris, un quartier ouvrier de Barcelone. Mes parents sont venus du Nord s'exiler par ici, en Catalogne. Premier mouvement vers une vie trop statique.
Me interesan los espacios como lugares de aprendizajes infinitos. Lugares donde ya existen cosas, suceden cosas y se están continuamente construyendo nuevas.
Bien sûr, il y avait des lacs, des parcs, des familles, des enfants qui jouaient, mais c'était comme si quelque chose dans l'air manquait d'intensité.
Los espacios se convierten en lugares cuando se habitan, con objetos, personas, afectos, relaciones, vínculos invisibles, y todo ello construyen historias y experiencias.
Mes parents m'avaient imaginée danseuse classique, mais j'ai dû retourner les miroirs pour faire de la place, introduire des mouvements contraires. J'ai laissé entrer la lumière et les doutes. J'ai déréglé le geste, inventé de nouveaux rythmes. J'ai frappé à des portes inconnues, chassé les peurs.
Images are everything. They create new spaces and movements. They contain emotions, feelings, and tell stories about us. I am creating myself in the middle of them, and they are always changing, following time and space. They are also my media, my way to express myself and to connect with people.
J'ai décidé que ce que j'avais à donner n'était pas à vendre, mais à partager. Qu'il n'y avait pas d'urgence à voyager, pas de cases à cocher.
Me gusta considerarme a mí misma y al resto de gente como para abrirse a cualquier tipo de imaginación.
Chaque jour, j'explore des fragments ignorés de moi-même. J'imprime l'extérieur sur l'intérieur, l'intérieur sur l'extérieur.
It started to make more sense when I realized images can be created in a collective way, and they can allow people to express themselves. This is why I choose, after studying medias and art, to cross with education.
Je voyage d'un quartier à l'autre, d'une personne à l'autre, d'un groupe à l'autre, de la solitude à la curiosité.
Images are for me the freezing of my past and the flow of my present. When I see something filmed, I'm sure I'm in the present. I really love to join myself with others and help them to express their own story.
J'entends parfois résonner des voix qui m'aident à me redéfinir de nouveau. Je suis un flux.
Thank you, Zayda Group. So Zayda, you are flow.
I'm a flow, yeah.
Can you explain us how can you make the flow with a group when you meet a group? Working in media education or just art education?
With this group?
Yeah, no, in Teleduca, but you can also explain what was the process with this group.
Okay, to do my self-portrait, firstly, they were asking me different questions about personal questions and other kind of things, and I tried to be honest. Thank you. So I told them many things.
Hours.
Of them,
Hours of things.
Yeah, and so I wanted to improvise my self-portrait. I didn't know what to do, neither them, I think. So we took our, well, the best things we can do, and we tried to make like in a poetical way.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was watching it, and I think it has helped to me to understand better myself, and that's why I'm explaining. For me, media, educating media to the others, it's like an sharing experience and learning, all of us together. And I don't know, I don't remember your question, so you can try again or do another. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll try again. If you meet a new group, like you're working with this group to make art education or media education, for example, creating a collective art thing or a collective movie, what's the way you use to make a flow going through the group and make the process creation?
Yeah, for me it's really important to be conscious of the space where we work, be conscious about our bodies, because I think with our bodies in movement, we can create better. Sometimes we don't have time to do it in our workshops, but now we are trying to introduce more movement, improvising with the bodies to create.
So you say there is first like quite a long time of talking, knowing each other, creating confidence inside the group before talking about the project. More first, it's group energy.
Yeah, it's because I think it's more comfortable to work with people without pressure, and you can express better yourself and understand better what others want.
Yeah, and I guess in this way it's more easy after for each people of the group to find his part in the group and to be really part of the creative process.
Yeah, in any kind of creative process are happening all the time. Many things we can see. Neither we can see it in the images, but the process is real.
You are working with like kids or old people or everybody? What kind of people?
We are working with kids and young people, as I said before, and we are supporting them to help them to know how to do a script, to film, and editing, always with them, right?
Mm-hmm. And how do you, or how can you like teach them a kind of art process, like in art in general, through the video creating? Do you understand what I say? You are making a video with them, so you have first to teach them how to make a video. That's quite a lot of work. So how can you put also like the art, this learning inside this process?
We don't teach them before doing.
Yeah.
We teach them or while we are doing the short film. So we take their desires, their imagination, and they are always creative, not more than us, but we let them to express themselves, and we take all of their imagination and we try to make a piece, film with this. I don't know.
No, thank you. You answered the question. So we can say like a movie is just not just, but mainly imagination, which taking form.
Yeah, we help them with these tools of the camera, the computers, and organize their thoughts, the way they think.
Mm. So you are medium.
Because we can't make their video. We don't know what they want. Yeah.
Thank you, Zaida. So we'll go for the last but not least video, the portrait of Lily, if it's possible. Let's see that.
Une personne très active dans son travail.
Marrante, simple, efficace, je sais pas.
C'est une fille qui a l'air sensible, passionnée par plein de choses. On sent qu'elle est motivée. Elle a fait quand même 400 gâteaux basques pour récolter des fonds pour partir au Maroc. C'est balèze.
She's very cool and nice and humorous.
C'est un peu un mélange de cool attitude mais en même temps rebelle. Elle se laisse pas marcher sous les pieds, un peu punk sur les bords.
Y puedo decir que ella parece una rapaza encantadora.
Ilargiaren argi, mutxurdinak lehioetan, teilatuan gatu bi, bidertzean zenbait kanta, gauerdi zarnoari. J'ai rencontré Canal Doudé pour mon stage de seconde, officiellement. Et puis j'étais dans une autre association qui s'appelle Irinsina, qui est une association solidaire avec laquelle j'ai fait un voyage solidaire au Maroc. Et avant d'y aller, je voulais faire médecine. J'avais apporté ma GoPro là-bas. Et puis après, je suis rentrée au BTS. Vraiment, j'ai eu l'idée de rentrer au BTS et d'en faire quelque chose après ce voyage. J'ai pris un peu conscience que les gens, ils n'avaient pas forcément besoin d'être soignés médicalement, mais être vus, être entendus. Ce que j'ai envie de faire avec eux, c'est surtout pouvoir toucher à tous les postes, pouvoir approfondir mes connaissances dans le son, dans le montage, dans la réalisation, que ce soit d'une conférence, d'un match ou d'un spectacle. Pour moi, le basque, quand j'étais dans le cursus basque, c'était quelque chose que j'aimais pas. Et puis quand on sort du cursus, quand on rencontre des gens qui n'ont pas la chance d'avoir une culture comme la nôtre, ben on en devient fier. Wow. On a des grottes à côté de chez moi, les grottes des sorcières. Il y a des légendes qui parlent de femmes qui parlent en basque, qui font de la médecine avec des plantes. Et c'est des sorcières qui ont été brûlées sur le bûcher. Moi, ce qui me passionne le plus, c'est l'influence des images sur les gens. Ce que ça fait, comment ils le vivent et ce que les images peuvent changer en une personne. J'ai eu mon BAFA en 2016. Et puis j'ai fait de l'animation dans des centres aérés basques, associatifs, pour savoir transmettre, parce que c'est le plus important, je pense. Et puis quand tu es animatrice ou animateur, c'est juste le sourire et de passer des bons moments et de faire rêver.
Découvrez aujourd'hui Georges McIntosh, joueur de Papa Couple.
Mais c'est vrai qu'être une technicienne, c'est quelque chose de nouveau aussi. Au BTS, on était sur 24, on était 4 filles. Il faut un minimum de caractère, quoi. Je suis choliboulou, comme on dit. Choliboulou, en bas ça veut dire tête d'oiseau. Tête en l'air, quoi. C'est pas mal déjà, non?
So it was really portrait from Canal Dude, Basque television, broadcasting on classic channel on television, as I said, in both French and Spanish side. We did it with Emilia. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe we can talk about it a bit, about the process. We made kind of like you, like making your talk quite a lot and see what's our important points. And after we tried to find a way to put images on the sound. We wanted to work separately on sound and images, and after to combine it. And after we decided to go on kind of big puzzle editing, and it became like that. Sorry for the no subtitle, because we did it, but it's not working, so we apologize.
Bad technical skills.
Yeah, bad technical skills.
From us.
Not yet. We will learn better. So to conclude that, maybe we can all say a word about this week together, sharing experiences, sharing methods and knowledge and culture, and to experiment things together in Media Fellow program. Thank you to Erasmus to give us money. So who wants to start? Zaida, you want to start? Or Emilia?
Yeah, I can start. For me it was a pleasure to meet all these people, see that the way we work is not like a little point in the whole world, like we can be all together, have different structure in Europe, making the same things. It's really interesting. It's full of hope also. I don't know, it was a good week. We've learned many things. We've shared a lot also in informal times also. And I don't know, beside of that, thank you to the Offenen Kanal to host us.
Thank you. David, you want to say something?
Yeah, of course. For me it was the first time in the Media Fellow program, so I'm very pleased to be here, to be in Magdeburg. I found a very, very nice group of people who managed to work together, to have fun together, to do a lot of things, and I think it's very interesting, this program, so I'm very pleased to be here, as I said.
Thank you. We'll try to make another program like it. Zaida, what do you want to say?
I'm glad to be here.
That's a good beginning.
They have to
told
say everything.
Yeah. Maybe we can speak about drinking beers all together.
It's an important thing.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, so we can maybe quit here and just one sentence. Do you have an idea about how get involved and motivated for participatory media? Maybe just one sentence. Sorry, each of you.
A word.
A word. Yeah, last word. Let's do it. How more involve people in this process? How make people join us?
Let them speak about what they want to speak, and let them be committed in the subject they want to.
Be open to listen to hear the others.
Well, just express yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you to Offenen Kanal. And let's wish a long life for participatory television. And don't forget, we will be stronger if we are together and work as a team. Goodbye and thanks.